All right, next up we got a Joe Burrow. So first I will look at this centering, kind of the purple. See if it's equal to that side of the purple. And the top to bottom looks pretty good. Top to bottom looks 50-50. This one's maybe a little thinner on the left, maybe 55-45. Nothing major wrong with the centering. Surface, on the other hand, I'm more slightly worried about. I see a pin dimple right there and a pin dimple right there. Unfortunately, I think that'll bring you down to a 9 with PSA. Corners look good. Yeah. No weird indents. Edges look good. Let's flip it to the back. Numbered at a 125. Back corners look good. Centering's there. A little heavy on the top, but it's the back, so I'm not too worried. A little bit of a corner ding on this top right. Probably just gonna be smoothed out a little bit. I don't see anything major wrong with the surface either. It looks pretty good. So the back is nice and clean. I mean, this is close, but unfortunately, because of those pin dimples, PSA would give it a 9. I'm closer to like a 9.5 on this card. Yeah. All right. Next, we got an Acuna. Cool card. I like how just that border reflects. It's awesome. A little debris, but not much. Okay. Centering. This one's pretty easy to see that it is pretty solid. Maybe 55-45, a little thicker on the bottom than the top. Left to right looks 50-50, so that's good. Now let's go ahead and look at the corners and surface. Corners look good. Surface, I just see one kind of factory line going from here to here. There, you can kind of see it up there, but not bad. Even with that, it has a potential out of 10, so. And for a thicker card, dang it. All right, look at this back edge. You're gonna see, oh yeah, look at all that. That's not good at all. It's bad. So top edge not looking good. That's really gonna bring you down, unfortunately. Dang, the front was looking so good. And then you have a back corner ding too. See that right there? Little pinch on that corner too. See it? So unfortunately, this type of card is just not going to grade well. You even have some little tiny pin dimples all through there. But that top edge is where it's going to get you. It's pretty glaring for graders. Okay, sorry about this card. The front looks great though. All right, next up we got a Michael Pittman. Cool looking card. He's having a good last couple weeks. All right. So first I'll look at the centering. Top to bottom looks good. Maybe 55-45, a little thinner on the bottom, but not much. Left to right is 50-50. It's a good start to this card. Corners look sharp. No dings, anything wrong. Surface looks great. Not one surface scratch. Love that. It's looking good. I think the front looks like a 10. Just make sure there's no weird dimples. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. Front is a 10 quality card. Let's hope the back's there too. Come on. Nice. I'm not seeing any weird dimples. So a little mark right here, but nothing major. Yeah, you can see it right there. I don't think that would knock you down from a 10. Corners, a little bit of wear, a little soft on these bottom corners. You can see a touch of white and a little touch of white. But I don't know. I think overall, when you look at this card, it looks like a 10 to me. So I think it's a 10. I'm pretty confident. Great looking card. Next up, we got an Aaron Judge out of 250. Cool looking card. I'm hoping it's gem. All right, so let's look at centering. It's there. I'm looking between here and here and here and here. Left and right looks pretty good. So the centering is there. That's just the design. I see some faint surface scratches right here. Do you see that? Right there. Down from the 0 in the numbering, the first 0. But nothing major. A few little kind of factory lines right here on this edge. Okay, let's look a little closer at the corners. Okay. And looking pretty good. And no weird surface indents or nothing like that. So just a few little minor surface scratches. There, that was just some debris. That's good. Ah, dang. Do you see these dimples? That's gonna hurt you. It's right there, there, and there. So those 3. If it was just 1, I wouldn't be worried, but there's 3. That's gonna bring you down. I still think PSA would give you, that's tough actually. I think PSA really hammers it and gives you an 8 because there's 3 of them. I think I'm closer to, the other companies would be closer to a 9. Since it's on the back, I'm not as strict about it, but I think PSA will be, because it's such a nice card other than that. But there you go, on the back here. You can even see him in the loop. Okay, all right, next up we got a Doran. All right, so first we'll look at centering. Top to bottom looks good. A little thinner on the left than the right, but not much. It looks like 55-45. So within a gem range. Now I will look at the surface. I see, unfortunately, see if we can pick it up. Surface scratch right here. And then I see a big kind of factory line right here. And another factory line right here. I mean, it's very common for these cards. Let me look at the back a little closer. I don't see any surface marks or anything. The centering's nice on the back, so the back looks like a gem 10. But that front, I think, is going to keep it from getting a PSA 10. The other graders will give it a little higher, but, and I'm kind of at like a 9.5. Look one little bit closer. Okay, yeah, I think I'm at a 9.5. I think PSA's around 9. The other ones are 9.5 10s. All right, next up we got a Vlad Jr. All right. So centering, I look at this edge to that edge, so it's a little thinner on the left, a little thicker on the top, so that means it's a little off center. And there are, see if we can pick it, yeah, all right there. See that? You got some roller marks right there, and you also have surface scratches right here. Corners are nice and sharp, and the edges are nice, but unfortunately those scratches with the roller mark and all through, see that all through here, those are all kind of surface scratches. Wow. So unfortunately, let's see the back here, make sure there's no major indents. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything wrong with the back. The back is nice and clean. It's just that front which worries me. I actually think PSA would give this an 8. I think I'm closer to probably an 8.5 or a 9. I think other companies would be too, but I think PSA would give this an 8. Okay. All right, next up looks like we got a Reggie Wayne camo. 2014, I believe. All right, let's look at the centering first. So it's thinner on the left than the right. I always look at this point in the card. All these 2014s, top to bottom's 50-50, but I'm a little worried about that centering. Let's go ahead and look at the surface. I see a surface scratch from here to here. I think PSA would knock that one down pretty good. Other than that, I don't see much. But if you're hoping for a 10, I think you're out of luck on this one. The back looks great so far. Centering's there. This corner is a little bit of wear. This bottom right, back corner. Okay, yeah. And I don't see any indents or anything weird in the back, but unfortunately I think the centering in combination with that surface mark right there, I think it is a 9. All right, next up we got a 07 X-Fractor Reggie Wayne, topped chrome. All right, let's see what we got. Good, no glaring X-Fractor line. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. Centering is there. 50-50. You just gotta look at this gap, that, that. Yeah, I like it. Maybe a little thinner on the bottom, but it looks like 55-45 to me. Just a little debris I'm gonna wipe off on the top and the bottom. Yeah, it looks good. Corners are nice and sharp. It's a clean card. No real surface scratches that I see. Flip over to the back. And centering's there. A few light right here, just kind of roller marks, but they usually don't ding you with that. Yeah, I don't know, this one I'm feeling like a 10 too. It's not as clean as the Strahan, but it's pretty clean. You see these marks a little bit right here? Yeah. I feel like maybe PSA might give it a 9 because a few marks on the back, but I think it's a strong candidate for a 10. I would put PSA at 50-50, 50% chance. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10. I like this card. There you go. All right, next up we got a Strahan Green Refractor out of Finest. These are my style cards. I like grading this stuff. All right. First thing I'm going to do is look at the centering. Top to bottom looks pretty good. Maybe 55-45, a little thinner on the bottom, but it's within a 10. People often think they're off center because of these. The text is pretty much almost off the edge, but no, that's just how they were. So nice centering. See a little bit of debris. I'm just going to wipe. Yep, came off. No surface scratches. Corners look great. This looks like a 10 card so far. Oh yeah, nice and sharp. Let me flip it over. It's numbered out of 199. The corners with the dark look great. Centering's there. Everything about this card screams a gem 10. All right, let me just make sure there's no surface marks. It's the only thing that's going to get you. I don't see much. Just one minor one right there, but that's not enough to bring it down to a 9. I like it a lot. I think this is a 10. Gem 10. All right, first one up is a 1990 score Frank Thomas. I loved this card growing up. So right off the bat, I see a kind of pinhole surface mark right there. But first I'm going to look at the centering. Top to bottom, a little heavier on the top. Flip it and you can see a little thinner on the bottom, but not bad. And a little bit thinner on the right, but we're talking probably 55-45. Top to bottom, maybe 60-40. Corners look sharp. The surface, other than the pinhole mark, looks good. This corner looks a little soft on the left. I'm just going to take a look. No, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Let me go and flip. See what we got on the back. So far, the back looks great. So PSA and other companies grade these 90s cars pretty tough. I think this is a solid 9 copy because of the pinhole right there. And centering slightly off. That is what I'm thinking. Nice card though, it's nice and clean. I don't think it's quite a 10 copy. There you go. All right, final card, we got a Riley Green. So you can already tell the centering's a lot better on this card from here to here, here to here. It looks 50-50 to me. And I already like how I don't see very many roller lines. This is a very clean card. I see one very faint one right through here, but not bad at all. Let's just look at the corners real quick. Okay, it's looking good. I mean, these corners always look sharp. They're new. The edges look good, too. The front's looking like a 10. Let's flip it over. Come on. Let there be nothing on the back. Good, I'm not seeing anything glaring to start off. I see one little kind of pinhole right here. See if you can catch it just right there. Barely, but that's not going to affect it. It's so tiny and on the back. The corners look good. I like the corners a lot. And the back centering is good. And the edges are good. Nothing too weird on the surface at all. I'm confident in this card. It is a 10. Nice way to end it with a 10. Thank you. All right, we got a Code A. Is that how you say his name? Number 99. Okay, so centering isn't as good. You can see it's a little heavy on the top than the bottom, and a little further to the right. You can tell all that just basically by those up there. But it's still within like a min 9 for sure. But I'm also looking at the little bit thicker roller marks all through his face. See if we can pick it up on camera right through there. See all that all the way down. Let's look at the corners a little bit. Corners are nice and sharp on these cards. And the edges are clean. You know, it's a new card. Okay, let's go over to the back. Nothing weird on the surface. It looks pretty good. Corners, a little bit of lifting on this bottom corner. Just a touch. And then the other ones look pretty good. Okay. This is in between a 9 and a 9.5 for me. I think in combination with the roller marks and the off-center a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9. I think PSA does too. But I think the other companies might give it a 9.5. Okay, next up we got another Aaron Judge. Cool looking card. Oh good, I don't see as many roller lines. That's the first thing I look at now. The centering's pretty solid. You can tell right there to there, there to there. It's good. I just see a little debris and roller lines very faint. There's on his helmet. You can see a little bit, but not nearly as bad as what we have been looking at. Corners look good. Nice. Edges are nice. Nice and clean, you can tell. It's looking like a 10 to me so far. The back's looking good already, I can tell. No indents, nothing weird. Let me check the corners. Yes. Looks good right there. And good. Okay, I like this card. I like this card as a 10. Very gradable. Okay, all right, next up we got an Aaron Judge. All right. Cool looking card. These cards are just so hard to grade because all those factory roller lines. They're just so thick. You see them all down here? There's a big thick one right there. Again, like the Otani. Other than that, it looks good. The centering's there. Centering's perfect. The corners are nice and the edges are sharp. It's just those roller lines. You know, I bet they don't hammer it as hard if, you know, the majority of them have it. But I don't see PSA giving it a 10. I don't think they could. It's just, it's too noticeable. But I think the other companies will probably get away with giving them a 9.5. Corners look good on the back. No surface indents or anything bad on the back. It looks good. It's just that front all the way down through right here. Yeah, I think I'm still at a 9 or a 9.5. I think PSA is at a 9. SGC and BGS 9.5. Okay. All right, next we got an Otani. Purple. Refractor at 250. Okay. So the centering's pretty good. It looks very nice. I'm a little concerned more with the factory roller lines. Do you see that one? It goes all the way through right there. And it's a little thicker and very noticeable right in the center of the card. I think that's automatically going to bring it down to a 9. The corners look nice. Yeah, I don't see any flaws with the corners. They're nice and sharp, and the edges are clean. Just have a little bit of debris on the edge here. A little debris. It's just all those roller lines that are getting to me. See all of them right there, too. I know it's not your fault, and it's just the nature of it. Yeah, the back looks great. I don't see anything weird, so it's just those roller lines. Unfortunately, that'll bring it down to a 9. An SGC might give it a 9.5, a 9+, but I just don't like the position of that thick middle one. Yeah, back looks great. Yeah, I think an SGC gives a 9.5, but I'm gonna give it a 9. It's pretty thick. Okay. All right, next up we got an Aaron Judge, kind of a purple mojo. All right, so do you see on this Judge, the centering's much better top to bottom. That's 50-50. Look at that, that's nice. And left to right, 50-50. So we're off to a really good start with the Judge. Just see a slight debris. Let's see here. Yep, that came off. I'm really happy with the surface too. Corners look good. I don't see any indents or weird flaws or little pinholes. Very, very faint factory roller lines, but that's nothing, trust me. Looks really good. I like the front. The front's a 10. So let's hope the back doesn't have anything weird. Good, I'm not seeing anything. Surface, no indents, nothing weird. I'm very happy with that. The corners look nice. Yeah, nothing weird. Edges look clean. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that this is a 10 through and through. Very happy with this. Really nice looking card. All right, next up, got a Ronald Acuna. Let's look at that centering first. Left to right is pretty good. It's almost 50-50. A little thinner on the left, 55-45. Then the right. The top to bottom, I'm actually a little worried about. I know it's hard to tell, but this, from the red to the end, needs to be similar to this and to that. So it's very thick on the top than the bottom, which is worrisome. I'm thinking it could probably squeak in as a 9 at 65-35, maybe. I might measure it when I'm done here to make sure. But let's look at the corners. Corners are nice. The surface is actually really nice too. Not many factory lines or anything. Just a little bit of debris. Let's go ahead and flip it over. The back's really nice. The centering's good. I see some marks right here. I'm going to double check that that's normal. Do you see them? Almost yellow. 1, 2. I'll have to look closer. It might be. It is. I think it's from the numbering. So if it is, then that's normal. Other than that, surface looks good. I don't see any indents or anything weird. The corners look nice. So I'll probably just double check the centering on the front. Measure it accurately, because that's my only concern of this card. So I'm thinking a 9, but I will double check. Looks good. All right, next up we got a Jackson Holiday. Oh, okay. We already got some debris on this one, and it looks like it was just in the sleeve forever. We got a lot of smudges. The whole card is. Just wipe that real quick. Okay. I think most of it came off pretty well. You still got a mark right here. It's almost like a pinhole dimple right here. And a few light scratches this bottom left over here. The centering looks almost 50-50. Left a little thinner than the right, maybe 55-45. But the top to bottom looks 50-50. Let's check the corners real quick. Corners look nice and sharp, nice and clean. Let's flip over and look at the back real quick. So I do see a pinhole dimple right there. You see it? That's enough to bring it down to a 10, along with the little blemishes on the front surface. So I think PSA gives it a 9. And I'll decide whether between a 9 and a 10. I don't see anything major wrong. I'm gonna put it at a 9.5. I'm pretty confident in that. I don't think it's a 10, but it's a 9.5. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go 9.5 on that one. All right, next up we got an Acuna, a different Acuna. All right. Centering, a little bit thinner on the top than the bottom, but not much. 55-45. Left to right's perfect. That looks 50-50. I love it. And the surface looks great. Nice quality control in these cards. I'm not seeing any flaws so far. Okay. I don't know. Front looks great. And we're at a 50. Good. I don't see any surface marks. Corner is just very slight lifting, but not bad. Nothing that'll bring it down. It's a nice looking card. Definitely gradable. Look one more time, but I'm confident that this is a 10. 10. All right, we got a Lars Nootbaar. Okay, so first off, let's start looking at the centering. To me, it looks a little thinner on the left than the right, but not much. Probably 55-45. Top to bottom looks 50-50. And I'm liking the surface. I don't see any surface scratches or printing defects. Corners are nice and sharp. Edges are clean. I think so far the front's a 10. It's just the centering, but for PSA, they're a little more lenient on the centering, so I think it is still a 10 so far. I like the numbering, 25 out of 25. Corners look pretty good. A little bit of lifting on this bottom right corner, but not much. And I don't see anything wrong with the surface, which is really good. No weird indents, and the centering's nice. So I think even though it's a slightly off center left to right, I think it's still within a PSA 10. I'm going to go ahead and put it there too. There you go. All right, next up we got Tyler Soderstrom. Okay, so centering. Slightly thicker on the left side than the right, but not much. 55-45. Top to bottom is 50-50. It has that normal, you know, whatever you want to call it, refractor lines, but it's just part of the card. All of them have it. It's almost like a grid. It looks good. Looks really good. Corners are nice and sharp. Edges are clean. Surface, no surface scratches or anything. So front, it looks like a 10. And the back, the back looks pretty good. Nothing major. I am seeing a little bit of lifting on this corner right here. So you can see that, just a little bit of lifting. And then one little surface mark right in there. See it right there. Right where the bright white spot is right there. But I don't think it's enough. I really don't. I don't think it's enough to bring it to a 9. Off-centered a little bit, then on the left and the right, but I still think it's a 10. Yeah, just a little bit of lifting there. Okay. I'm going to put it at 10. Next up, we got a Coulson. Okay. I like the way these look. Centering. Looks good. Looks 50-50, doesn't it? Right there. Top to bottom look good. Left to right. Here to here. Looks great. I don't see any debris. I don't see any surface scratches. I love it so far. Corners look good. Yeah. Surface looks good. Let's flip the back. Come on, no indents. Yeah, I don't see anything. Good. Back centering's off a little bit, left to right, but that doesn't hurt anything. Corners look good. No weird indents. Edges are nice. This is a 10 through and through. Definitely gradable. See, looks good. I'm confident in this card. Little mark right. Can't even see it. It's very tiny right there. It's nothing. Either way, I think it's a 10. All right, next up, we got a Curtis Mead. Bowman's Best. Nice, bold autograph. Looks like a 10 to me. Centering looks good. Surface looks good overall, too. I don't see many surface marks or weird indents or anything. So that's a good sign. I don't even see roller marks. They must have made these Bowman's Best a little better. Just a tiny bit of debris, but yeah. Came off nicely. One very faint surface line right here. And a very faint one over here too. My finger. But not bad. Okay, I think the front looks like a 10 to me. Let's look at the back. Right there. Do you see it? It's a bummer. Weird kind of indent. And then see if you can see this corner is some lifting. Yeah, right there. You see the lifting? So the back, I hate it when the back gets ya. Other than that, the corners look good, and it's the back centered. But so that back right corner and that surface mark, I think it brings it down to a 9 now. All right, next up we got a Matt Olson. So do you see all the smudging right here? There's just a ton. Look at all that. And then I'm really worried about this glaring edge defect right here, indent. The autograph looks nice and clean. The centering's there, but just the smudges I will try to wipe off real quick. Yeah, they mostly came off so far. That's good. Okay, so see, the smudges came off. That's good, but I can't do anything about that edge. More smudging right here too. Okay. Let's see. Let's see it a little closer. Corners are nice. All right, let's flip over. Let's see the back. Back's fairly centered, corners look good, no weird surface indents or pinholes, dimples. The back is a 10, but just that front edge is really going to hurt you. PSA will knock that to an 8, unfortunately. And I think the other companies would be around an 8.5 because of it. Okay, right, next up we got another Jaron Duran. This one, his autograph. Top to bottom is 50-50. A little thicker on the left than the right, but I mean, not much. It's probably 55-45. I'm seeing a surface mark. It's pretty clear. Clear as day right here. Another line right next to that one. And then I'm seeing some line right here too. Right in there. But that's the major one. I'm going to go ahead and just see what happens if I treat it like a smudge. No, it's still there. Yeah, just that centering, or not the centering, but the surface. But I don't think it's below a 9 so far. The back looks pretty good. 2 very minor corner dings on the top corners. Bottom corners look good. Nothing major. Yeah. Surface looks good. Centered up on the back. So that debris is bugging me in this autograph, but I have to be pretty gentle so the autograph doesn't come off, obviously. But yeah, that one doesn't want to come off. You see that right in the middle there? But that's okay because it's not going to take away from, it already has that mark right there. So I think it's a solid 9. Next up, we got a Jaron Duran. All right, let's see what we got. Centering looks pretty good. You just got a little bit of debris I'm gonna wipe off. Maybe slightly thicker on the top than the bottom, but it's 55-45. Left to right's 50-50. Little smudge around his neck. Let's just get that one real quick. Yep, came off nicely. And we got, looks like another smudge around the logo. And you can see what I'm talking about, the smudging right there. So let's hope that one comes off too. Yeah, there you go. It's gone. Other than that, I'm not seeing much. I see one kind of factory line going down from his chin to the shirt. Kind of roller mark, but and one slight little surface scratch right there. I feel better about this card because it doesn't have those bottom roller marks like the others. Not as bad. So I don't know. I'm almost comfortable giving this one a 10. But let's obviously look at the back. All right. Yeah, that's good. I don't see anything so far that pops out on the back. Nothing. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 10, and it has a shot at a PSA 10 too. There you go. Next up, we got an Acuna. All right, I can already tell that centering looks so nice. 50-50. Yeah, top, bottom, left, right look great. It's 50-50 centering. Just gonna put a little, see if that's, oh yeah, good, that came off. A little smudge. And you got a little smudging here too. Yep, both came off. That's good. Really nice looking card. Again, I'm seeing those roller marks on the bottom. Must be very common for this set. You see them all right here. There, you can kind of see them. Also some roller marks up and down vertical. But no major surface scratch like that Griffey. But I think it's enough for PSA to give it a 9. I think the other companies you'll get a little higher. Corners look nice and sharp, and those edges too. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the back. I see a little bit of a ding this top left, not much, but see that? Just a little bit. I don't think that's gonna hurt you too much on this particular card. I don't see anything else wrong. Okay, I think I'm gonna give this a 9.5. I think PSO give it a 9. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that. Next up, we got a cool looking Griffey. Looks like even a color match. All right. First thing, let's go ahead and look at that centering. Little bit thinner on the left than the right, but not too bad. Looks like 60-40. Hopefully this is just debris, but I'm seeing some surface scratches in the middle. Yeah. Okay, so do you see it right there? Right in his cheek, all the way to his jaw. That one's gonna hurt a little bit. See a few more kind of roller lines, factory roller lines, and a few marks up over here too. And more roller lines right along here. You see them all, look at all of them right there. So the ding surface, it's hard. Corners look nice and sharp, and the edges are pretty good. It's just that surface. Be a little debris right here. Let's flip it. Dang, low number too, at a 199. Back centering's good, corner's good. I'm not seeing any white showing. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the back. The surface, I don't see anything wrong. No weird indents or anything. But, you know, unfortunately, I think PSA will hammer it. I think they'll give it down to an 8. I'm going to put it at an 8.5 just because of the... Normally I give it a 9, but the position of that big scratch of the jaw, it's just kind of glaring. Nice car other than that, though. Okay.